I grew up as a kid in Higgins, Texas, a little town in the Panhandle, just about a mile from Oklahoma. At 10 years old, you would have found my brother and I taking our little red wagon across the street full of popcorn bags to the stands where the baseball players were playing, people were watching baseball games, and we would be selling popcorn over there. At age 12, you would have found us every Saturday morning with our John Deere tractor and our trailer out up and down the alleys of our little town, picking up people's trash. We were the sanitation officers of our town. Nobody else wanted to do it, and so we made a lot of money just running a little business, learning how to deal with people, learning how to bill them and how to treat people right. It was a great experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I started working at the bank as a freshman in high school. My dad was a small town banker. One of the things we got to do, my brother and I, as we got a little older, was to start working in the bookkeeping department at the First National Bank. It was a great experience and a great learning experience. We started at the ground level and we worked ourselves up maybe to being teller, and every summer that was what I did, was to work in the bank as a really kind of the flunky on the bottom of the totem pole. But it was a great experience to learn how the banking business really worked. At age 21, I started buying bank stock. I remember going to one of our correspondent banks and signing a note for more money than I thought I'd ever be able to pay back. But eventually, I did get it paid back, and that was my foray into the banking business, starting when I was really pretty young. Growing up in a small town taught me the virtues of personal responsibility, hard work, faith in God. We're very involved in our church from an early age, and the entrepreneurial free enterprise system. I also learned the concept of giving back to the community, giving back to something that's bigger than I am. I met my sweetheart, Charlotte, at Southern Nazarene University. We got married. I went to law school at Oklahoma City University, and we eventually moved to Woodward. We're Oklahomans by choice. I wanted to be in Woodward because it was close to the bank, which was over at Higgins, 50 miles away, and because it enabled me to pursue some business interests that I really wanted to. We had a small oil and gas operating company. We had a natural gas testing laboratory, both of which we owned and sold. And we also were in the self-storage business. I served as assistant DA in Woodward County and the 5 counties surrounding. It was a great experience and taught me much about the criminal justice system. A couple of my friends asked me to dinner one day and said, "You know, we think you should run for the Oklahoma State Senate." Well, we had 4 children. We were raising a family in Woodward. We were involved in all the things that you get involved in, raising kids, from soccer games to church and all those things. In 1996, we decided to run for the Oklahoma State Senate, beat an incumbent that had been there for a number of years, and served in the state Senate for 12 years. I eventually served as floor leader of the Oklahoma State Senate. The Senate was tied 24 to 24, 24 Republicans, 24 Democrats. And it was a great time in state history to try to bring peace and to bring some civility to the process in a very difficult situation. I came to realize that Oklahoma is not a poor state. Oklahoma is poorly managed. You know, it's pretty easy to document some of the things that are going on in the state of Oklahoma that are really poor management. For instance, IBM has done a performance audit on the Department of Central Purchasing in the state of Oklahoma. They say that we can save $70 million a year just by the way we manage the place. That report is over 4 years old and still nothing has happened with it. We continue to hand out credit cards to state employees. Do you realize that we have spent over $100 million last year, and the state auditor says that fully 1/4 of the receipts don't get back to the state? Where did that money go? We continue to hire outside legal counsel. Those are attorneys that are doing business for different departments in the state of Oklahoma. The Attorney General is supposed to handle all that. The truth is, the Daily Oklahoman has documented we spent anywhere from $40 to $100 million a year doing that. Now, none of that is bid. One of the few places in the state of Oklahoma that you can do work for the state and don't have to even submit a bid. One guy in particular made over $50 million himself in 1 year on a case that was already settled before he got it. Yeah, my blood boils a little bit over that, and yours should too. These things are all fixable. I believe Oklahoma can be an example to the rest of the nation of fiscal responsibility, quality management, and open and honest government. The days of the good old boy system should be over in Oklahoma. We have the opportunity, if we're willing to take on the bureaucracy, to make major changes in the way we do business in Oklahoma. Oklahoma is not poor. Oklahoma is poorly managed. Help me make a change in Oklahoma.